Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will now be taking goodwill messages. These are people who are stakeholders in the June 12, 1993 struggle. For those that are going to be invited to the podium, you have only 3 minutes. I will show you the red card if you go beyond the 3 minutes. No too much protocol, please. So may I now start by inviting AYO OBE, representing the civil society group. AYO OBE.
Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, I think I better also stand on existing protocol because of the red card. Mr. President, normally I would have described this issue of making June 12th Nigeria's Democracy Day a low-hanging fruit, which for unfathomable reasons others had refused to pick. But in this period of World Cup, permit me to use a footballing metaphor and to appreciate Mr. President for scoring the open goal that others had failed to score. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, and all of those present today, distinguished guests, those who see today's declaration that henceforth Democracy Day will be marked on June 12th through a narrow partisan prism, to those I say that we must rise above the identity perspective of something done to Abiola or to Abiola then or for Chief MKO Abiola now. We must see beyond an individual with all his human gifts and frailties, the one who acknowledged that Nigeria had been good to him and that it was time for him to pay back to Nigeria. We must look beyond that and understand that June 12, 1993 was the day when the Nigerian people reached beyond themselves, beyond their ethnicity, beyond their religion, and tried to grasp at something that could really forge a nation. Mr. President, on June 12th, henceforth, Nigerians will mark not the attainment of democracy, but the fact that we struggled to attain it, and that we must continue to struggle to retain it. Mr. President, it is right that Bashir MKO Abiola should receive the honor due to a former Nigerian president. But Mr. President, we cannot understand the significance of this day if we fail to remember those who also gave their lives in the struggle or who have passed away before this wonderful day has been attained. I start, Mr. President, with the 96 people who lost their lives on the streets of Lagos on the 5th of July, 1993, when the people of Nigeria rose to protest the annulment of the June 12, 1993 election. I include Kudirat Abiola, who was slain also on the streets of Lagos on June the 4th. Chief Alfred Rewani, Alhaja Suliat Adedeji. Mr. President, other heroes of the struggle, like Chief Gani Fawemi, did not live to see this day. But we remember them too. Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti, the leader of the Campaign for Democracy, which led the instant reaction of the Nigerian people to the annulment of the June 12th election. Chima Ubani, who was seconded by the Civil Liberties Organization to be the organizing secretary of the Campaign for Democracy. Others are Dr. Festus Iyayi, Bamidele Aturu, Olaiton Oyerinde, Emma Ezeazu, Mohammed Sule, Bagauda Kalto, Mohammed Ali Biu, Oronto Douglas. Mr. President, I could go on with the list, but I know that we all have memories of some of those who gave and struggled and sacrificed. And Mr. President, you preempted me by asking that we observe a moment, one of our Nigerian brief moments of silence in honor of the deceased and those who have passed away. I would therefore ask that they rest in peace. Thank you very much.